channels. In this video I'll be talking about mTOR and AMPK, why both of them are important to health and longevity, and 4 dietary approaches to finding the right balance between them. mTOR and AMPK are metabolic pathways. They lead to different results in the body. Researchers in the field of aging have identified mTOR as the growth pathway. Its activation supports strong bones and muscles and a powerful immune response. These are, of course, life and death issues for aging people. Weak bones and muscles leave us vulnerable to falling, breaking our hips, and living out our lives in a state of misery in nursing homes. Weak immune systems also make us more vulnerable to dying from pathogens. This is why people in their 80s were one of the main groups that we saw dying during the pandemic. mTOR can be activated by eating constantly, which is not really a good idea, or by eating excess calories, also not a good idea, or by eating lots of sugary foods, which is also bad for our health, or by eating lots of protein, particularly animal-based proteins that are high in the amino acid leucine. AMPK is the longevity pathway. It can be activated by fasting, by eating mostly plant-based diets like the Mediterranean diet, which are mainly plants but also include some animal foods like a little cheese and poultry and seafood, or by eating fully vegan diets. In lab studies, animals kept in an AMPK state lived much longer than those in which mTOR was activated full-time. So if we had to choose one, AMPK would be better for longevity. But it's important to remember that if we only activate AMPK and don't get any mTOR activation, we'll start losing muscle, and our immune systems will function more and more poorly as time goes by. There's a tendency in the longevity community to assume that AMPK is good and mTOR is bad, but it's a little bit oversimplified to look at it that way. AMPK is associated with longevity, but in lab animals, if their AMPK is activated full-time and their mTOR activation is suppressed, they will lose muscle, just like we do, and their immune systems also become suppressed. Animals with weak, atrophying muscles and poor immunity may live for a very long time in a lab setting where they don't have to evade predators or fight for food and where they're protected from pathogens, but they would not live very long in nature. Turning on our longevity pathways, but simultaneously maintaining muscle and strong immune systems seems to me to be the sensible approach if our goal is healthy longevity or extreme longevity. The question is how to do it. There are several possible approaches. I'll be talking about 4 of them in this video. One approach, which I've done off and on myself, is to do alternate day fasting, or ADF. For example, eating on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, but eating 0 calories on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Fasting is a very powerful activator of AMPK and also of autophagy, which cleans debris out of our cells. If we do alternate day fasting, we can eat both plant and animal foods on our eating days. A second approach would be eating 1 meal a day and fasting the rest of the time. This is the approach that David Sinclair usually follows. Now, David is mostly plant-based, but we could actually eat whatever we want during our eating period if we're getting in enough hours of fasting, because, again, fasting activates AMPK so strongly. You could theoretically even eat a carnivore diet, all meat and no plants, and still be in AMPK most of the time if you did 1 meal a day every day. A third approach would be doing time-restricted eating, such as eating between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. or 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., eating whatever we like during our short feasting period, but again, fasting the rest of the time. A fourth would be to eat the traditional 3 meals a day, but eat a Mediterranean diet, which is mostly plant-based but includes enough animal protein so that we do get some mTOR activation. This is similar to what Dr. Walter Longo developed when he created his longevity diet. What would not work would be to eat the standard American diet, keeping mTOR activated all of the time by eating lots of low-quality carbs, lots of sweets, lots of fats, lots of low-quality protein, snacking between meals, never giving our bodies a break from mTOR activation. The standard American diet is a killer. This is one of the reasons why. These videos are sponsored by Do Not Age. For a 10% discount on their products, use the discount code PATHWAYS in all caps. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.